A showdown in the AFC North. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And it comes your way next.
Welcome to Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled M&T Bank Stadium since 1998, the home of the Ravens. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The veteran kicker, Dustin Hopkins, out to get things started. And off we go, here in Baltimore. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And that play gets nothing, so no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
3rd and short, Jackson. Coming open, that's the tight end likely. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah in on the stop. Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson gonna keep this one himself. And yes, that'll get it. 1st down, marked at the 30. A good run will keep this drive going.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, Just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
On play action, here's Jackson. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. It's a 1st down and a gain of 16.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Henry tries to bull his way in. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that 1st quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. A half yard, that's all they need on this 3rd and goal. They'll try and run, and here's Henry. And this time, he's in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. It's up and through. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback, 1st-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
As hard as it may be, Mike, to resist, I don't think they need to come out and think we have to match them big play for big play after just giving up that early score. Stick to your plan. Pick up the first down and allow this game to start unfolding and settle into a rhythm. Execute your game plan. Don't try to match what your opponent's doing.
They bring Judy in motion. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
They send him right out of the slot. Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. From the shotgun, here's Watson.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to throw is Watson. Downfield for Njoku. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Watson going to give it to Chubb. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. To throw is Watson. This throw left is complete with Judy. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They've converted twice on third down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. Throwing is Watson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. They gain 18 yards on that one. It's a Browns first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. Now he'll run it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to...
Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
field goals and takeaways. That's the two goals anytime a defense finds themselves in a goal-to-go situation. Now after that first down sack, I think the odds are a little bit more in their favor. Can they hold up here on second and third down? And if they can make the offense settle for 3, man, that's a huge win for this defense.
It's back at the 8 now for second and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. This one caught at the 4. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. Third and goal. Here's Watson. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. Fourth down, Dustin Hopkins now for the Browns field goal. This about as short as you can get. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns are on the board. It's 7-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to take over just before the half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now on 2nd down. Now a screen set up for Henry. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Pierre Strong on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Browns offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Watson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Third and a yard. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on third and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run with 4. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
It is 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Aguilar goes off in motion. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Now Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he gets run out of bounds, a short pickup, but it's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
On the ground, here's Henry. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll motion over Flowers. Off the play fake, Jackson. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Can't beat those legs.